Good?
Hit it.
All right. Pull it out for me, sir.
Oh.
There it is. Your boosted LS is in the hole.
All right, Lee and Leighton got the radiator mounted up here. Pretty much just tacked, but they got these pretty awesome tubular style mounts with a custom tray, all dimple dyed and all that. It's pretty legit. And the intercooler is up next. So Lee is rocking on those mounts, and all these builds are a constant cycle of make a mess, clean it up, make a mess, clean it up, make a mess, clean it up. So we're doing a little bit of cleaning here, getting ready for the next few tasks. We also got the heater box installed, got some clean grommets.
Dude, find me a cleaner install, you boys.
Just open firewall.
I mean, look at that.
Just the
What year is
nipples
this
coming
thing?
through.
1961? 66?
66.
It's a 66? What's up, Kelly?
Universal heater box. Like we said, race car, but streetable. And going pretty good. We got the ECU mounted up, hidden inside the dash here, the Holley Terminator X Max. And we're working on some wiring routing. We got to mount the drive-by-wire throttle pedal. That's going to be one of our next projects here.
Tim, sneak peek, fool. Show these guys. Hey, boys. My boy Benny. Look at the inside of this.
This is actually a two-tone leather. It's kind of hard to see, but...
Two-tone leather, suede up top. The T-tops are in. Center console's going next, dude.
T-top seals. This is suede all the way up to here, man. This is going pretty legit. Once this thing is a little more together, we can give a nice walk around for this thing, but she's got some goodies. We don't want to show too much because we want to do it justice and get a good walk around, but this thing is coming along nicely here.
Tim, I need a battery.
Got it coming. Hot swap, watch this.
You?
Already charging.
Boom. Boom.
Oh, it's not in.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All fired up now.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Getting her done. So what we have here is your typical like a C6 Corvette or a Camaro or like a late model. I forget exactly what this would have come from, but GM late model drive-by-wire pedal. And they always come with these same brackets. We're going to use that bracket, but as you can see, make sure I get this off. Once I get this apart here, so you can see, it's a pretty good bracket. You know, it's OEM quality. It's even got ribs for rigidity and everything. But for some reason, they make them mount with this like offset. One side is offset for some reason. So we're gonna have to figure out some spacers there. And so we have some of this rectangular stock that happens to be damn near perfect to act as a spacer, but then we got to find out for this side how we're going to do that. So basically, the idea is we're going to weld this to the firewall, and then we'll be able to put either drill and tap this, or put a threaded insert right into that, and boom, we're good to go on that side. But on this side, what are we going to do? Well, I'm actually going to see if I can put this on the sheet metal brake and give this a jog to match this offset here. So let's see if we can get that to work. So I think we did pretty good there. If you see, we're pretty close to the same plane, and we're gonna go test fit it now. We've got our rectangle stock again, and this is basically the offset that we're trying to match here. You can see how it's pretty close to the bottom of the material there and the bottom of the bracket, and we got that pretty darn close too, so I think that's gonna work for us. All right, we got a lot of progress going. We got Lee, he's welding some aluminum. Mr. James here is actually measuring for wheels. Now that we got the bed back on, we're gonna be getting some wheels spec'd out soon so that we can get this thing rolling, because things are coming along. Basically all the plumbing in the back of the truck is done. Brake lines, fuel lines, all the way up to here. These are just temporarily connected here. Gotta do regulator, all that. Battery cable's done. And we're basically moving on to what's left in the interior. Cage is done. We got some wiring. Got the throttle pedal gonna get mounted up here in a minute. And then we got some like brake linkage stuff, steering stuff goes back in. And Lee's basically working on the hot side of the turbo next once he's finalized all the other, basically the aluminum stuff, the coolers. He's got the trans cooler mounted up in the front here. And he's working on an overflow bottle right now for the radiator that's mounted already, and gonna finalize intercooler placement and routing of everything. We're waiting on some material for the hot side piping. That's just a temporary elbow. And this thing should be pretty close to firing pretty darn soon. Now this is the bed that the customer brought the truck with. He actually did purchase another one that's more solid, and we're just kind of using this temporarily. But we've got access for the fuel cell filler here, and later on when the customer's gonna be ready to, basically he wants to get it running and driving even with the patina kind of ratty look going on, and he doesn't want to do paint and body eventually, and then we'll be doing custom filler and all that sort of thing for him.
Not the prettiest, it's a bit.
Tack?
Just tack. Push it. I heard you, Jay. Let me focus. Hold on. Give me the stick.
Leighton got my throttle pedal adapter
Yeah.
brackets in here, and basically this is gonna sit just like this. Oh, can't see.
Inner skin, so that wouldn't happen. So this side's on the inner skin with the inner
Something like
skin.
that. I'll show you here.
Inner-
And just like that, we have a gas pedal. And once it's all bolted down and everything, of course, this thing will be rock solid, you know, like there's no flex going on here. So the firewall shouldn't be an issue for bending or anything like that. And we're gonna take it apart, paint stuff up, and then final install everything. All right, you could say that this is basically our stage 2 of the build. Drivetrain is in, plumbing is, basically the chassis plumbing is pretty much ready to go for the brakes and the fuel system. The back half of the wiring is pretty much good to go. We just have to terminate once we have the final taillight housings and such. But we got some pigtails ready to go back there. And we're gonna be jumping into the final wiring inside the cab. We've got some ECU stuff and then a little bit of chassis stuff that we gotta sort out. This can look a little, you know, intimidating if you're not used to wiring, but that's really not that many wires. Most of them go between switches and, you know, some power distribution. That's why they're all tagged out and labeled and grouped together for where they have to go. You know, like one group goes to the headlight switch, one group goes to the steering column for the turn signals and such. And then we have a couple more for like the dimmer switch and some powers and grounds and that sort of thing. But things are going good. It's only, you know, Tuesday this week, and we've already got, you know, a lot of progress done in the last few days or so. We're actually so busy I couldn't show like all the progress here, but it's looking really good, and we're really excited for the next step.